This week on Focus Outdoors TV, we will be hunting the Black Hills in South Dakota. Our base is the city of Deadwood, the historic city of South Dakota's Black Hills. The city of Deadwood offers the old and the new to those that visit. We were in the hills to hunt turkeys in the spring of the year and enjoy the rugged beauty the Black Hills has to offer.
I'm Dennis Foster. We're here on a beautiful spring day just outside the city of Deadwood, South Dakota, historic Deadwood. We're here as guests of the Deadwood Chamber. Lee Harstad has been generous enough to take care of us, set us up with guides. I'm a novice to turkey hunting myself. We're here with Andrew Johnson, the editor of the Outdoor Forum. He does happen to know what's going on in the turkey hunting world. He's going to help me get gun pattern, get ready to go here tomorrow morning, and I'll let Andrew take it from here on what we're going to do.
Like Dennis said, we're going turkey hunting in the morning. We haven't sighted in our shotguns yet. The most important thing with turkey hunting is if you're going to go to the effort, drive the distance, spend money on license, you want to make sure you know where your gun's shooting. That's the first thing you have to do each spring. And what we're going to do is we're going to set up, we've got a 15-yard target with just some white pieces of printer paper with a red dot on it. We're going to shoot a game load or a trap load at it. Real light load. We don't want to blow through expensive turkey hunting shells. We just want to see where our gun's aimed, because when you put an aftermarket turkey choke or even an extra full choke that comes with your shotgun, sometimes that can throw a curveball with your pattern. It might not shoot the same as your improved cylinder or your modified when you're out pheasant hunting. When you constrict that pattern and with higher velocity loads, you're not quite sure where it's pointing. So we're going to run some real light loads through, save our shoulders, save our pocketbooks. We're just going to see here at 15 yards how we're doing. Then we're going to move out to 30 yards on a turkey target with some game loads from Rio, Royal Turkey Magnum 50s from Rio Ammunition. We're going to shoot 5-shot today. Dennis is shooting a Beretta with his extra full. I'm shooting a Browning Gold with a heavy shot, heavy metal turkey choke on the end of it. So we're going to see how they pattern. So Dennis just fired a pheasant load at 15 yards. We just wanted to see where that turkey choke was throwing his pattern. It looks a little bit low, but we know he's centered on target. So we're going to go back, put in a turkey load. We're going to move to 30 yards at the turkey target, and we'll see how he does. All right, Dennis just took one of the Rio 5-shot at 30 yards. And as you can see, we have a number of broken vertebrae, a couple through the brain, and you can see where even the wad went through. If your wad is center punching the target like this, you know your gun's going to pattern well enough to kill a turkey at 30 yards. What we're using is some Champion re-stick turkey targets. They make things like this really, really easy. So instead of taping up a new target, just peel one off. Go right over the top. Now I'll go try and sight my gun in. Alright, I'm going to start off to try and pattern out the Browning here. Like I said, it's got the heavy metal turkey choke from Heavy Shot. This is rated for any of your high density loads. Most of today's aftermarket chokes are rated for denser than lead loads. Your tungsten matrix, your Heavy Shot, things like that. If you're running an older gun with some older chokes, you're going to want to make sure to check that out before you ever put in the chokes that came with your gun, or maybe a choke that you bought 15 or 20 years ago, because heavier than lead loads can really strip out the ends of these chokes if you're not careful. I'm going to run some pheasant load through first at 15 yards. We just want to see where this choke throws the pattern. Alright, over here on the left is the pattern that Dennis shot with his Beretta, which came with an extra full turkey choke in the box. Here's the pattern of the Browning with an aftermarket choke. And you can see how much more dense the pattern is. Shooting a pheasant load at 15 yards, I'd be willing to bet there's probably 80 to 100 pellet holes right here in an 8-inch circle. So sometimes it pays a little bit. You can go to the store, a lot of aftermarket choke options are available. Find which one works well with the gun and load you want to use, and go from there. Alright, we know our pattern's on at 15 yards. Now we're going to move up to the turkey load. The real 5's at 30 yards on a real turkey target. We're going to see how it does.
Here's our second shot. Andrew we got several pellets where we needed them. So now we are good for birds.
Good to go.
He's dead.
He's down. Good job. Wowzer.
Midwest Gun Dog Kennels is your full-time gun dog training facility. For over 30 years, we've customized our training to fit each individual gun dog. We know it takes a well-trained gun dog to handle wild birds to make every hunting trip a dream trip. Let Midwest Gun Dog Kennels put excitement back into your hunt of a lifetime. Midwest Gun Dog Kennels, where experience equals excellence.
No matter the size, age, or activity level of your best friend, you want a dog food that's natural, feeds great, and is full of all the goodness you demand. That's what we pack into every bag of Country Vet Naturals. Country Vet Naturals are just what the name says, natural goodness in every bag. We also make grain-free cat and dog food and treats. Learn more and find a dealer at countryvetnaturals.com. Country Vet Naturals, loved by pets, trusted by owners.
Well, as you might be able to tell, I spend a lot of time behind a shotgun. Whether it's at the clay target fields, sporting clays fields, doing exhibitions, or bird hunting, I always trust my shooting skills to the Rio Elites. Not only for the lighter recoil, but as you can tell, the harder hitting, consistent patterns. These clay targets don't stand a chance when you shoot Rio Elite.
Make your next day on the water even better with Airwave Pedestal, the only air suspension system that can be custom adjusted to the weight of the rider. No unreliable springs, no oil-filled shocks to leak. Our patented design utilizes a two-stage suspension system to smooth out the roughest ride, while limiting travel to an industry-leading 2 inches. This boating season, enjoy your time on the water to the fullest. Find out how at airwavepedestal.com.
That's all right. I got another bad habit now.
There's your bird. There's your bird.
Wow. I gotta tell you, we're just outside of Deadwood, South Dakota here. Just got in last night here with Larry Bennett. He set us up on one of his spots here. Andrew Johnson called this thing in literally right in our lap here. It just, I don't know what to say here. This is the first bird I've ever shot. This is something.
That is a beautiful bird. Good bird. Good bird. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
That's how to get hooked on turkey hunting right there. That's a beautiful bird right there. Look at that. Nice feather.
Why don't you kind of tell us a little bit about your setup, because this is all thanks to Larry's location here and putting us in the right spot at the right time, you know, in the right area outside of Deadwood. Andrew obviously called it in, but give us a rundown on this.
Well, this is a little chunk of private property here that I know about. This is what I kind of like to call as a strut, one of their morning struts. They roost right down over here in the draw. So we kind of got a game plan this morning, and we got set up and snuck in here before daylight. About, I don't know, it was about 10 after 5. Quarter after 5, we started hearing them wake up over here, and Andrew started doing his thing and pull them out of the roost and bring them over here to the strut, and we'll take care of business once they get here.
Yeah, this is really something. Like I said, I've never done this ever before. Obviously, now I'm going to be doing a lot more of it, but by God, this is exciting.
Yeah, they're fun to hunt. They can be a challenge. They can sure be a challenge sometimes. It sure helps to have a few landowners to help you out with it.
Without a doubt, you bet. Yeah, you definitely put us on.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite spots. This always seems to produce a good turkey for us. We got a few other spots lined up that always do good too, but this is one of my favorites.
You know, and I couldn't be happier with the success of it. You know, I was a little nervous going into this, obviously being a novice, and hearing how hard these birds are to kill. So, you know, and then Andrew's got us, you know, this bird right in our lap, thinking, oh my God, can a guy screw this up, you know? Using these Rio shells, this thing just absolutely folded. You can see where the feathers flew all over here, and the bird went down. It was a good ethical harvest here, and
good deal.
It's just,
yeah, a lot of people don't give these birds credit. Their hearing's better than most people think, and their eyesight is impeccable. If you don't have good decoys and a good blind, it can definitely be a challenge.
right. And you know, we darn sure had an interested, and I don't know much about the decoy stuff, but obviously this bird was interested in this decoy over here. Why don't you give us a little bit of
we got a Susie Snood decoy from Hunter Specialties. She's always doing a good job for us, and my Hertz blind that keeps us concealed from that impeccable eyesight that I go back to. That if you can get past the turkey's eyesight, that's 50% of the battle right there.
We're out here in the Black Hills outside of Deadwood having a great day here. I got my first bird ever this morning. Now we're literally going to turn the tables. We're going to let Andrew take a shot at his bird, hopefully get a shot here coming up. But we're going to a new spot, and we're trying to get back out of the way where everybody else may be hunting, try to get to some more remote areas. Part of the key to that is using ATVs. I've been a fan of Hondas for years. I personally run the Rubicon. It's great for doing these type of outdoor things, but it's also great out here in the hills. We're on one of their many trails, and they're just nice trails. And the beauty of a machine like this is it is dual purpose. You know, it's got the rugged toughness, reliability to get you where you want to go when you're in pursuit of your hunting adventures, but you can also turn around and use this thing for pleasure riding. And it's super for that great ride. A couple different transmission options. It's a good idea to do your research before you buy an ATV. They are a higher ticket item. Do some research and look into the Hondas. I think you'll like what you see. But with that, I'm going to get the camera away from Andrew, get it in my hands. We're going to go get him a turkey.
Midwest Gun Dog Kennels is your full-time gun dog training facility. For over 30 years, we've customized our training to fit each individual gun dog. We know it takes a well-trained gun dog to handle wild birds to make every hunting trip a dream trip. Let Midwest Gun Dog Kennels put excitement back into your hunt of a lifetime. Midwest Gun Dog Kennels, where experience equals excellence.
Dakota Pheasant Guide offers the best wild pheasant hunts from the Glacial Lakes area of South Dakota west to the Missouri River. Packages available include everything from self-guided to fully guided hunts. Book your bird hunting adventure now. Fishermen, iTime Promotions is your ticket to an enjoyable and successful day on the water. Call Dennis Foster for your outdoor adventure of a lifetime.
Dennis Foster here. I'd like to introduce you to the Dorado catch and release boat latch system. It's back the trailer into the water, pop the cord, and away we go. Once our day in the water is done, we simply roll the boat up onto the bunks until it achieves contact with the bow eye. It clicks securely into place. Away we go. We're exclusive partners with b2outdoors.com. That's where you're going to want to go and order your very own system. You can enter the promo code iTime Promotions and receive free shipping on your items.
When it comes to dog food and treats, you want something natural. A dog food or special reward that feeds great is made in the USA and helps your best friend live a long and healthy life. That's what you get with Country Vet Naturals, natural goodness in every bag. And for those of you who want grain-free, we've got that too. Find a dealer and learn more about Country Vet Naturals dog food, cat food, and treats at countryvetnaturals.com. Country Vet Naturals, loved by pets, trusted by owners.
too. The birds were really responsive this morning. It took some coaxing. Once they decided they wanted to talk, you know, we got into a conversation with them that ended with Dennis killing his bird. We just pulled this Undertaker slate call out of the box, and with any slate call or any kind of glass surface where it doesn't have pre-textured, it often comes with a little piece of sandpaper, and some people just start sanding. First thing you want to do, you always want to sand in the same direction. You don't want to go up and down or in a circular motion. You want the grain of the glass surface as you're sanding to all go in the same direction. You want to create the most consistent surface pattern on here, so when your striker, which stays in contact with the pan the whole time, when it slides across there, it's going to create consistent sounds. An erratic sound isn't good in the woods. So we're just going to run this across 2 or 3 times, clean off our tip, and we'll see how it sounds. Needs a little more work, but not too bad for right out of the box. HS came out with a new line of calls this year, the Undertaker calls. The Undertaker name is not new to the HS family, but they came out with a glass call and a box call. We had luck with the box call this morning. The birds were really responsive to it. So we're going to pull this one straight out of the box, see how it sounds, and take it to work. It's a sharp looking call. See how it sounds. Alright, Dennis killed his bird this morning. We're trying a different spot this afternoon. Larry knows where some birds are roosting, about 200 yards off on private property, but we're on National Forest Service ground. So Larry thinks we're going to get them in transition as they go to the roost and hopefully pull them off the roost.
I think so. I think we can do a little talking. I'm going to set up 50 yards back behind us over here so we get one hang up. I think we can convince him to come on over and check us out before they go to the roost.
And I'll be across the logging trail. Dennis will be here with the camera underneath the tree. And like this morning, we're going to take their temperature, see what they like, see what they don't like, see if we can't pull in a gobbler.
All right, we're just wrapping up our hunt here in the Black Hills of South Dakota. Literally been on the ground hunting for just over 24 hours. Compliments of Larry has put us on some birds here. I'm a novice to this 100%, whether it's the hunting of the birds or the running the camera. These two know what they're doing. I'll let them take it from here and kind of give us a rundown of what transpired and how we got our birds.
This morning, we decided to go to a place where we heard birds gobble the first night when we were sighting in our shotguns. So Larry brought us back in here. We sat and we listened for a bit. Because we didn't know exactly where they were going to roost, or where they were roosting. So we sat literally along the logging trail until we heard them gobble, came up with a game plan, got up here on top of this ridge, and We were able to pull them back over the ridge. We called them in from, I don't know, 200-300 yards away. They came in, there were 6 or 7 of them. They were all jakes, but I have no problem shooting a jake. It's a beautiful bird, plenty of meat, it's good meat, and you can't beat this setting. So, final day of a 2-day hunt, you know, here in Deadwood with Larry, it was outstanding.
Phenomenal. And we were just visiting with Larry here a minute ago when we got this bird on the ground about our success rate here, and you know, there's a lot of birds in the hills.
There's quite a few birds. They can be tricky. They roost on this ridge, they can roost on that ridge. They can be a little different from what you find on the prairie. You got to get them out of the roost and see what they're thinking, and try to cut them off and come up with your game plan once you get them out of the roost.
You know, and then that's with anything, whether it's fishing or whatever, you're doing a little bit of research, a little bit of homework, hooking up with the right people, getting some resources behind you, putting in the legwork, literally hiking up the hill here, out of breath and the whole works, and this is what you get for it. There's your reward, and by God, we've just had a perfect 2 days here, and we're gonna end it with that.
Diesel train rolls down the line as I'm headed for the land of corn and rye. There is a place I'm always satisfied, full of remedies to ease my worried mind, like pulling catfish on the banks of Cherry Cove, watching wood ducks glide like angels to the shore. I'm gonna find me a dirt road.